Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers, and welcome to my Ascension updates straight from the mountain Alps here in Slovenia. So, what I want to talk about today is different things. So, there's going to be a lot in the mix. First of all, I want to mention a bit about the eclipse portal. So, I want to give you this energetic visual, what you can do to better align yourself so that you really know what is important for you, this focus that is shifting at this time for you personally. And I want to share a bit about this magic at the new, and I want to give you a story and update as what I experienced today in the mountains, because it was such a magical experience and I'm just laughing. And I just found myself here in the middle of the saddle here, and I didn't even know that this path will lead me here. So when I finished my climbing, I was like, I'm here because I could literally hear the cars. And I came from the Italian side, and I came to this mountain passage, and you can see this beautiful top, this huge tall mountain behind me, which I climbed, I think 2 years ago, last year, I don't know. And the thing is that it was very much magical experience, and I want to share a bit about this, and to help you better see how simple life is in the new, you know, the simple joys and pleasures and passions. And I haven't really shared a lot of my personal experience ever since I got busier with so many things that I do on my journey and sharing within Ascension Pioneers and my soul art and all the things that I'm doing. So I wanted to make a video a little on that note as well, because yeah, I mean, it's really important to just also share that personal part, you know, not just the what's happening globally and collectively, and I want to share this today. But before I start on that note, I wish to say a little more on the topic of the eclipses. So it's really important at this time because we're still in the middle. This week we'll have a solar eclipse that will counterpart the lunar eclipse that we had. And together they're bringing this powerful sense of walking through a gateway. So what Spirit showed me today as I was walking is that it's becoming very much important to know our focus. So what is shifting for us at this time, and to just have it always in our focus, because you know Ascension is all about that devotion which comes through focus. The focused intent doesn't mean that we put a lot of worry or stress energy behind it. That's old. It simply means that whatever we wish to be more aligned with, we hold that vision, either if it's embracing more of the infinite abundance, or gaining a better sense of self-confidence or independency, or sharing more in service and collective. And it's becoming more important now to work with focus. As you know, the gateway, each gateway is like a doorway. So what Spirit showed me is that it's becoming so important because our journey, it's gonna just be more and more amplified. And remember, those of you who are maybe new, or those of you who already heard me saying this, intensity, whenever something is intense, it means that you're either releasing something or resisting something, and things are not meant to be intense. So intensity means, or maybe you're not listening to yourself, so you're resisting this flow, your body needs rest and you're pushing yourself, and it feels intense because of that. As you know, your body is a very intelligent organism, and it will always help you to know and to understand yourself and what you need and what people are right for you, you know, what things to avoid, what nourishment suits you and what doesn't. So the cells are becoming more illuminated now, and the body consists of all these cells, and they know, and they share with you, and we just need to listen. So when we work with that focus, we're kind of becoming masters of all the aspects of us, and we just bring them together and we culminate them, and it's just becoming more devoted to that process. So the intensity means that there's something that's still shifting, something we still may be resisting or haven't released. And also remember, I've shared this numerous amounts of times, that releasing always needs to be also accompanied with integration. So when you release, you create this void, this space for the new, and then you bring it in through your essences that are completely divine. So Spirit showed me this short energetic exercise you can do if you don't really know yet how to bring yourself more into focus, and you feel so dispersed in your energy. You feel like you're dissipating your energy in a lot of different spaces and places, and you know, because sometimes we have a lot of things going on in our life, and we leave these energetic imprints all over, and we don't know how to bring them in our column of light. And what you can do is you can create the sacred space for you, and you can imagine yourself like walking through a beautiful gateway, like a doorway. A door opens and you enter through, and on both sides, left and the right, you have your guides, you have light beings, you have your ascension mentors, you have your whole team, and you feel like you can even do like a roll over of the red carpet right in front of you, so you can feel that you're walking into something beautiful and divine, and you're embracing your royal self. And either color, it doesn't have to be red or magenta, purple, or anything that really implies royalty. It can even be a color that spontaneously, as you enter your sacred space, is becoming revealed to you at that time. But it's very important that you have the visualization on both sides, and that you feel you receive both in your heart and your mind, because they need to be one. And you're very balanced, so you walk this middle path between the gateway. On both sides you have your team, and on each side, left and the right, you're receiving messages. It doesn't mean that you'll be hearing them and you'll be sensing them right away, but you just imagine, and you're walking, and you're accompanied by all this team, this team of light, and you have all the support. And as you do so, you really feel confident. You walk that carpet. You really know where you're going. You're anchoring the energy of focus. So this is a visual that Spirit gave me. And you know that visuals are very important because they help us align with a certain energy we want. Maybe you feel too scattered. Maybe you don't know how to be focused. And then you never finish projects. And you never finish what you start. And you continue to maybe start something. And then you never finish it. And then you start something again. And it doesn't bring you that joy because it's external. We're supposed to follow that internal sense of passion and fulfillment, not pursue the external pursuits, and then, always find ourselves disappointed by something, or life disappoints us, but it's not really that. It's because we don't know how to put the focus in the right things that are in alignment with our soul. So this is the short visual, and it's very simple. And it doesn't matter how many times you do it or how long in linear time space you hold that visual. Because it's more about that you align yourself with that frequency, with the essence of that. In this example, this is focus. So if you don't know yet, in each cycle you're going through, you feel you have a lot of dissipated energy and you don't know where to put more focus on what's shifting, and you just leave it up to the, how people like to say, I hope this will change, or I hope this will shift. It doesn't work this way anymore. The stronger you are in your ascension path, the more you will be independent in it. It means you will need your conscious input. You won't have to do a lot of work physically. So it's kind of like do it without doing too much kind of path. So it's more like a path of least resistance, but at the same time it's a path of focus, if you know what I mean. So this is both connected as one. So like I said, it's not so much how many times you do it or what you receive or how you're supposed to. Just have the intent of the basics, which is creating your sacred space. Roll that carpet in front of you. Imagine yourself walking a straight line. There's guidance coming from the left, from the right. Your left and right brain hemispheres are merging together. You're receiving guidance both through the heart and the divine mind. As you know, sometimes we're too much focused in the heart. Our mind is not plugged in. It's not okay, because sometimes we can be naive. If we just listen to the mind, never listen with the heart, again, it's not balanced. So when we become really wise beings, have that ancient component in us completely integrated, we really have that merged, and we really value and integrate our inner sacred polarities of one. Okay, this is it about the eclipses, and now I want to share about having those magical experiences in your life, because I feel that sometimes we just don't ask ourselves enough. Is it fulfilling me? Am I creating the kind of life that fulfills me? Is this really living the new? Being honest with ourselves. What is not us living in the new? What are the things that we're still doing that we're just used to do and they no longer bring us joy? And what is a sense of simplicity? Simplicity is not the same as asceticism. When you're an ascetic and you deny things and you don't want to have anything physical in your life. It's even if you have material things, you work with them through alchemy and you create something with them. them, and you use everything to create, to share, to be really enthusiastic about things, to be joyful, to share from your heart, it doesn't mean that you just gather and pile up things, you know, and doesn't mean that you just now deny all of it and you deny physicality. So this is what living in the new is about. And if your life doesn't feel magical, then ask yourself, how can you bring more of that magic? And maybe do that visual. It's going to help you. So for me, I always, you know, I don't expect things, but then I go on these little adventures and I have these unexpected surprises just because it just follow my voice. So I'm going to share my story with you from today. And I hope it inspires you, you know, and when you walk your own sacred journey. And stay tuned, because this week I'll be doing a video on a topic based on Ascension, because I have an Ascension playlist now that focuses more on the topics about our Ascension path, our physical Ascension. And it's going to be the difference of the soul purpose rays and the white mother flame of Ascension. So I see a lot of confusion there, so this will be my next topic. If you're interested in that, stay updated. And if you're interested in my sharing now, then just stay listening. Okay. Yesterday somebody contacted me about going to the mountains. I met this man once when I went mountaineering, and he asked me if I want to go visit this peak. And I thought, okay, sounds tempting. You know, the mind sometimes likes the idea. And at first I got excited, but then there was no more energy of excitement, because I felt it's just not the same. You know, he's not of my energy. When I'm alone, I discover all these beautiful things and crystals, and it's just a different experience. Then you need to talk to somebody like this and explain to them. They ask you a bunch of things, and the experience is not the same, you know. And the soul really had its own mind. So I thought, I'm just going to listen to my soul this time, and I'm just going to follow up with my own voice. And I'm so glad that I did, because today I came to my Twin Lakes, and I chose to have this route that I thought, I don't really know where it leads. I'm just going to go, because a few weeks ago I was there in another peak, and I had this beautiful, enjoying experience there. And I felt, I want to see the other side. And there was this steep road, and I'm telling you, it's pretty intense to climb. It's not so easy. And at the same time, it was so blissful, because I found these amazing stones. I've never seen one like this, because this whole area where I was going through in the middle of the mountain, you know, when there's like this kind of like a cavern. It almost looks like a cave. There's so many caves there. And not a long time ago, I made this intent that during this lifetime I will discover a crystal cave once, and I feel like I've never experienced this before, let's say last year, but now each hike that I engage in, and each mountaineering experience, I found crystals, I found different new stones, I just get messages. There's just so much, and I'm connecting deeper with the mountains. I don't just go, you know, how can I conquered this peak or that peak, and it's not about that for me. So I found these stones, and I'm like, what is this? You know, they were so beautiful. And I started picking them in this bag, and I had this whole bag, and I couldn't take it with me, so I can't really show them to you, because I had to leave it downstairs. And I will pick them up as I'm going to return. But the thing with these stones was, like, I was looking at them like, what are you? You're just so beautiful, because they're like this deep color. You know, I'm used to my white crystalline stones there, and these were more like dark red and some almost kind of like grayish indigo, very beautiful tones, and a little brownish. And they said, well, this is the I am stone. You know, I'm like, whoa, true. You know, the deep red, that embodiment, going to the core, almost like reminding me of the ruby of the Mother Earth, you know, the core crystal. And I started picking them, like, I need to put them on my webpage when I'm going to have Serapina light page, which I thought I'm going to have already in October, but then I got the guidance that during the eclipses, we're still gathering information and resources, so it's not time to finalize things yet. So I said, okay, I'm just going to be patient, and I'm always so happy that I listen to my guidance, because things always come out the way they need to. And then I go further up, I found this beautiful feather of a raven, totally black, big, and I lost it along the way. It kind of fell out of my backpack, but that's okay, because it got its message through. And there was this sense of magic, and I was just so happy, you know. It was like, smiling, walking so hard to walk. I'm like, I don't care. These stones are amazing. And this whole hill, you know, this whole area, very steep terrain, and these caverns and these crevices and holes even. It was just amazing. I'd never seen such diversity of stones before. Usually they're one tone. And I come a bit higher up, and I see these crystals placed on, you know, like crystalline stones placed on these huge rocks, like boulder rocks, and almost like somebody would place them there. And I'm looking at them like, what is this? And they're beautiful pink, whitish, and it almost look like rose quartz or what those called, calcite rose, calcite, pink calcite. And I started like collecting. Oh, I gotta pick those up too. And I come back. Oh, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna throw away my food or something. I'm just gonna put them in my backpack because I already have one heavy bag waiting for me downstairs. And I just couldn't believe it. It was just so magical. And then I came on this top. I'm like, I'm here. I'm on this. This is our highest mountain road here in Slovenia. And I was just really, really surprised because it was so beautiful. So the whole main thing about this, what I wanted to share, is that a life that is simple, that brings you these things, and you like, they're there maybe before you haven't noticed them, and you wouldn't notice them on a certain level of awareness, but all of a sudden you notice things that you haven't noticed before. You see things, they kind of pop up in your lap almost. It means you're ready for them, and you're functioning on a whole new level, and your life is more magical and it's more simple. You don't feel like magic needs to be something that comes from the external. It's just new things are opening up for you. You're seeing things, you're discovering things, you're even inventing new things. So I wanted to give you my example because usually, you know, I take weekends off. I can't because during the weekday I work a lot, I create a lot, and I just need to go and to be alone and in nature. And it surprised me because I had no idea what's going to happen today. It was really adventurous and beautiful. And I kind of wanted to share that with you. So when I'm going to get home, I'm going to wash those stones. They're all dirty. And I'm all dirty now. It was like all over, full of mud. And I want to see what they're like because I tried to fraction, kind of like put one into fraction so it's C. And they were really crystalline. Because how can you tell the difference between a stone and a crystal is that crystals are more like, they have that milky quality to it. They're more like opaque. They're not like stone is very, you know, it's a basic stone, dense. And they're lighter, you know. And although sometimes when they're in the dirt you can really distinguish them, but then you need to wash them and see and kind of pick through them. But there's a lot of stones in there. They're very precious. And I feel that the whole reason why I waited with my blog was that I'm going to have a lot of things there, not just my Serapina art and Serapina attunements, which I'm going to offer, and Ascension medallions, and so many things on that higher level, which is beyond just the written word or the spoken word. It's more just pure energy, because this is what the Seraphim, the creation angels, are about. This is something that cannot be really put into form. So light language and art language, this is basically the closest you can get to it. And I'm thinking I'm going to put maybe some of the stones there also for sale, for just something. I feel they're very powerful. And I just really feel how it's amazing when we listen to our guidance. It can bring us to so many beautiful things on our path. And you know, our path is like slowly coming together piece by piece. And that's the beauty of it. It's not the goal, it's the journey. So, yeah, this is what it is now. Full of fog. Okay, I'm returning now. And I want to send you a beautiful greeting space from here, although you cannot really see the mountains anymore. But that's it for today. Stay updated if you want to see that video on the rays and the white mother flame. I'll talk to you again soon. Have so much fun. As always, lots of love, wisdom, and power. Take care. Bye-bye.